Gorge for the low. Hey guys, I'm AmberCherisse.com. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like I need to allow me to reintroduce myself because I've been gone for so long. So the biggest thing that you'll notice is that I just stood in the sink a couple weeks ago and just cut all my hair off. I did film a video of about how I get my curls on 4C hair. You know, I have most of it's 4C. So we're gonna have some spots that are like different patterns. But anyway, so much has happened since I last recorded with you guys. So I thought that I would film a get ready with me chit chat because I got so much to tell y'all. That I haven't. Got to share. A lot is different, a lot has changed, and explain to you why I haven't filmed a video since January, I believe. No, I filmed one in March, which I will be posting before this video. But still, this is June. But I'll just tell you why. So, if you don't know anything about me, my name is Amber Cherisse. I live in Baltimore, Maryland. I have 2 children, my 13-year-old son, Jay, my 3-year-old daughter, Bella Lily. We also have a family channel, J Lily & Co., which we're gonna start nurturing again, getting back in the swing of things. I'm a makeup artist educator. I own a daycare, a lot, okay? But I'm also a makeup blogger, and I'm also a mommy blogger. All kinds of little things about me because I believe that, you know, I'm multi-passionate, period. And that's my purpose. That's what I like to do, is inform and to educate. Another thing about me, my brand is Gorge for the Low. And I just stepped out and started hand making my own cosmetics. So I have, I'm gonna be using my highlighter in the video. This is my glow pot. This color is Melanin Icing. And you see, this is how it works. This is the closed version. I have a lot in the brush already, but you pump this. I will just give you a little, I don't want to pump too much. But you see it coming out. You see the product there. So you just pump it and then you can apply it. There you go. You can give a lot, you can give a little bit. This is my color Amber. You can see it has my logo on it, Gorge for the Low Beauty. And I like this because it's a spray. You can spray as much as you would like. Look at that one. Ew. Handmade highlight. I have so much in my hand now. My hand. Ew, y'all see that glow though. Ew. And I made a palette and a lip gloss that I did my cousin Lyric's makeup for prom, and I gifted her with the new gloss and my new tubing. And I'm gonna do a full launch of that. So that's one big piece of great news, that Gorge for the Low is expanding into a beauty line. Gorge for the Low. What that means to me is that every woman, no matter, every person, not woman, every person, no matter your budget, should experience a high quality beauty experience. So what I do is I test all price points of beauty products. I specialize in drugstore because I want you to know that I can take this little $8 foundation and it's gonna look like I was using a higher brand of like $70 foundation, okay? Because it's just about the artistry, it's about the application. Then I'm gonna, you know, filter out products that are higher in quality so that no matter what your budget, you can be gorge girl for the low. So while I do my chit chat, I decided that I just picked up, looked in my kit and found my favorite drugstore products. because I mix high and low, but today I'm just gonna specialize, what? I'm gonna focus on my favorite drugstore or beauty supply store products. So for my eye look, I'm gonna be using this Profusion Sienna's palette. I really am in love with this palette right now. It's like $9.99 and it comes with a brush. $9.99 at Target. Who can beat that? Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I have 20 and 35, but I'm going to be using 20 to set my highlighter. This is a powder foundation, but I actually use it to set my whole face. It's Maybelline Superstay and 355 Coconut, and I love it. My foundation, I'm going to be using Full Spectrum CoverGirl Matte Ambition in the color 405 Deep Neutral. And the reason why I'm telling you everything I'm going to use up front is because in the middle of me talking, I'm not going to be saying the product. All of these are concealers. They all have a different purpose. And I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use, but right now I am loving these Black Radiance True Complexion HD Correctors. I have one that I use just for my highlight under my eyes, my T-zone. This is an orange corrector that you use for color correcting all my dark spots. I have some here, my dark circles. You girls know what we use the orange for. And then this color, do they have the colors on their product? Oh yeah, so salmon. So that's what's going on. My stickers at the bottom peeled off, so I only know the color of one. But I think this is the darkest one they have, and I use this just for my contour. But I'm also loving L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. More than a concealer, because yes it is, because this shade right here is 420 Cocoa, and I will put on like a lotion or a primer, and then I'll just put this on my face, and I'll use this as just a foundation with a highlight, and I'll go. And it's bomb. What I will say about these is they set really fast. So smooth it out, blend it out fast. And then this is one I just used for my highlight. This is 405 Caramel. My trusty, dusty, handy dandy. It don't get no better than this. My LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is Warm Honey. And I love this under my brow, to clean up my brow. I've never used this brand, but I got this, what's it called? Lash glue at, must be Target. So it's La Flare, The Secret of Beauty, and I get the black one. So Master Prime, Maybelline Master Prime for my primer, for Cetaphil. And then I have Maybelline Master Fix and Black Radiance Beauty Setting Spray. This one is it's kind of, is this matte? Doesn't say. But I love the two of them equally. For my brows, I'm going to be using Maybelline Brow Define and Fill Duo in Deep Brown. And then for my lip look, I'm going to do a red lip for you guys because I just think it makes my hair pop. I'm going to use NYX Suede Matte Eyeliner in Club Hopper. You can see it's like a really dark burgundy. And then I'm going to use these two. Then normally when I use this red, I use the Crayon Case Murder Matte around it. But since we're sticking with Drugstore, I'm going to use these Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colors. This one is Plum This Show. And this one is Fire Starter. That's be my lip combo. So, and lashes. I'm going to be using, what lash am I going to use? I'll use this pair. I don't know the brand. Oh. Blooper. Now I can get it. It's, whatever it is, it's a beauty store brand. It's a beauty store brand, I know. I think it's also for E. I'll put it down below. But they have a new like luxury, like the mink lashes. And these are Iconic, number 18. So I think I'm going to use those. I think mascara. I'm going to use Revlon Volumizing. And this is in black, 902. All my products, all out. That's all I'm going to use today. That's it. I told you I'm going to use my own highlighters because their price point is not drugstore, but they will be gorgeous for the low. Tools, I'm not going to really, you'll see what I'm doing. But that's it. So, to start my chit chat, I'm just going to dive in with this. Y'all, I just woke up. Got myself together. So the first talking that I'm doing up today is to you. So my voice is a little, that word felt so good going down. So I don't know if you know, but in February, so I did post where did I go? Panama vlog. I did my makeup in Panama. That was January. I went January 28th to February 2nd, I believe. So when I came back from the airport that night, I just stayed at my mom's house because she picked me up from the airport. And then when I returned to my whole lower level being underwater. My basement was completely flooded, and I have a home daycare, so that's where my daycare space is. The bathroom down there, the pipe burst, and it filled my whole lower level, which is I have 2 utility rooms, I have my daycare space, I have the bathroom, I have a laundry room. The bathroom, the ceiling collapsed, breaking like the mirror, falling down in the toilet. I think it was a little crack. Just everything was ruined in that space. So that was that. I called the insurance company. I think February 8th they got me a hotel because when they lifted up the tile, they saw that it was asbestos tile, real bad, because this house was built in the 60s, and that's what they were using back then. So fast forward, we lived in a hotel for all that time, 7 weeks, blah, blah, blah. I think while they were finishing up, they had so much dust in my bedroom. Oh, because it ruined my bathroom upstairs in my bedroom. And not only that, but right before that happened, my roof started to leak into my bedroom. So they did all that at once. So yeah, my room was done. The ceiling was open in my room. Couldn't use the bathroom in my room. Something was wrong with the toilet, like the plumbing was messed up. And they had to turn the heat off until they got the asbestos crew to come out. So we had to move out. That's fine. Okay, so that happened. When that happened, I had lost 2 daycare children. So that was that. My nephew, I continued to watch. And then I was watching my friend's son. So my income, besides like little money here and there from like doing makeup, which I really wasn't up to do, I was just like, I was shook. I was knocked down. Y'all, as I'm talking, I'm realizing I forgot to get a sponge. So I'm gonna use this soft blend brush to do all my foundation. But anyway, so everything is done. The house is complete. My basement is gorgeous. And so I'm using this as a mirror. If you wonder why I'm not looking right in your eyes, that's why. But it was so beautiful, like, because a company came and took everything down there, so it was just like clutter-free. Stuff that I didn't know I even had was gone, and it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. So I got my 2 boys I had left, which was my nephew and my friend's son, my daughter and my son. This was April 24th. When we picked him up from school at 3:30, we came here because I was opening the daycare the next week. This was a Wednesday, I believe. And I was opening the daycare that following Monday. So I had an interview with a new family. So we came here. I went out back, which is It's a sliding door that leads from my basement right into the backyard where they play in the patio and everything. So I open the door, we go out, sweeping the porch off. You know, everything is good. I actually did my daughter's hair, fixed her hair. Then I'm like, we have this interview. Normally I keep it braided, but this week she had ponytails. So, you know, when girls go to sleep, their edges and everything. So I was like, okay, freshly do your hair. Freshly did her hair, put a little soft on. Braden's dad called, which is my daycare baby. He said he's on his way. So at this point it's like 5. I think he called around 5. So I sit Braden, like I had chairs outside, but since we haven't been in a daycare since the flood, January 28th, it was so dirty, just, you know, debris. So I was like, okay, I can't sit you in these chairs. So I sat him in the front of the basement where the sliding door is. I stepped in with him. My back is turned to the outside. I hear my daughter scream, but I had just told them, you know, calm down or whatever. Okay, so I'm like, she's screaming again, but something in me said no. I was so scared because the way she screamed, I turn around and it's a dog on top of her body. Her face is in the dog's mouth. I'm like, did I die? Am I dreaming? What is going on? I get up, pulling the dog, hitting the dog, I'm fighting the dog, like punching the dog. He lets go of my daughter. I can't even, it's like a feeling you can't describe. It's a pain that you cannot describe, watching your child go through something like that. And when I saw what her face looked like, ooh, I don't want to cry. I waited till I could probably talk about crying to do this. In 2 days, it'll be 2 months since this happened. This happened April 24th. I think today's the 22nd. So, ooh, okay, my stomach is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna try to just, okay. I'm fighting, so the dog's like, okay, so you want to get into it. Dawson was standing just like this. Got the kids, no. He grabbed, the dog got on my leg. He attached to my leg. I'm like trying to get him off, but I pushed the kids into the basement. I get them all the way in the basement. Braden was sitting in the doorway of the basement, paralyzed, like in so much shock. I'm like, go in. So I had to push him in. I think I had to kick him with my other leg. I think I kicked him back. Got Dawson, got my daughter in. The dog was on my leg. I'm like trying to kick him off. I'm trying to kick him off, kick them. I go down. The dog runs in my basement. He's in the house at this point. So, Jesus Christ, get me strong. I'm gonna try to summarize the story. I'm not gonna do every single detail. He gets in the house. I run, scoop the kids up, run them up my steps. The dog attached itself to my hip, and he's on the stairwell with us. It's so much disheveled, and I think that's when Braden got scraped across the stomach, because it was so much disheveled right up in there. Like, okay, so he runs all the way up. I pushed him back down, like, go back down, screaming to the top of my lungs. I have a safety gate at the top. I'm trying to lock him in. He gets through. This dog, I'm going down the steps like this. I feel myself falling down the steps. He runs on top of my body, right for my daughter again. Gets her arm. This time I swung the dog. I'm like boiling at this point. Like, we about to have to fight in here. I'm in the lion's den. I felt like I fell in a lion's den. Because I'm like, this is not anybody's family pet that I'm dealing with at this point. Like, for some reason, he's out for blood and it's hers. He went and go after the boys. I'm like, why? Why do you want my baby? Like, why? So, I take a little break so I won't start crying and ruin my makeup. But anyway, so I get him off of her. At this point, I'm going to show you guys my arm. I'll probably insert some pictures of what my arm looked like. I have not shown anybody what the before. I've shown pictures of what my daughter was like after surgery, but I've never put the picture of what she actually looked like prior to the surgery. And I've never showed anybody, like what my arm and my leg and everything looked like prior. I'm going to think about it while I'm editing this, and I might put it in here. I might insert it. Yeah, I'll pray about it, how I feel, how transparent I feel at the time. This is graphic. It really is. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But anyway, he attaches himself to my arm. Mind you, I told you my son was here, but my son was all the way up. We're in the basement, the lower level of the house. My son is all the way at the top level of the house in his room with the door closed, with headphones on, playing Fortnite. So if anybody has a kid, they know that scenario. You calling your child, Jay, you scream, they don't hear you, and then you get pissed and come eat or come do this. I'm in a match. Like it's real life and you want to scream. Yeah. So I'm calling him. We're screaming all this. I know. Actually, I didn't have to call him until this point. Until the dog attached to my arm and he wouldn't let go. I felt myself getting weak. And I felt like I was hot and cold at the same time. And I realized I'm losing blood. I'm feeling faint. I'm like, I screamed his name so loud. I'm like, say, help us. Help. Now, let me tell you about my son. Everybody in this world that knows me or know my children, every friend I have, everybody that I know, knows how afraid my son is of dogs. Period. If we're going to somebody's house, he'll ask me to call them ahead of time and ask, can the dog be put away? That is period. Everybody that knows him or knows us knows that. Okay? He does not play with dogs. He does not. So I didn't really want to involve him because I'm like, I cannot bear to see my son get attacked. Like I wouldn't be able to dealing with another child being brutally attacked by this dog. So at this point, I was like, I might die. I felt like I might die. I'm losing too much blood and I don't want to pass out and have the kids down here by themselves. So call them. I'm like, Jay, help us. I'm screaming to the top of my lungs. This brush, y'all, I'm just going to tell y'all what this brush is. This is e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. So I'm going to say, the best brush I've ever used in my life. I love this brush. And thank you for creating it, e.l.f. Okay, but anyway, so he comes down, and like when you come down my basement, you can only see what's right in front of you because it's a hallway. You cannot see what's going on. So he did not see me, he did not see the dog, but he saw his sister, and he's like, "No, what happened? No!" And she runs right to him. He's like, "No!" He's like, "Oh my God!" He's screaming because her face. Oh Jesus Christ! We thought she lost her lip. It was just hanging. Oh, Jesus, give me strength. Ooh, give me strength to keep telling the story. So, he looks over, and that's when he sees the dog on my arm. And he's like, "Get off my mom! Get off my mom!" He's screaming. And I'm just like, help me. I'm crying. I'm like, ooh, please don't stop crying. Let me just keep pushing right here. That'll keep my tears. Ooh, Lord. I'm saying, help me. I'm like, help me. I just look at his face, but I can't talk, like, at this point, because I just see how devastated he is. And it's like, when you're in it, your adrenaline is running, but at that point, I realized, like, what was really going, like, this is really happening. That's how I felt at that moment. Like, this is really, really happening. And, take a quick break. It's really hard to talk about. It really, really is. See what this area is doing up in here. Did I not? Okay. I'll come back and set the rest of my face, but I want to do my brows. Anyway, okay. So he gets a chair. And this is funny because like I got all my furniture removed basically in the middle and the lower level. During the flood, like the furniture downstairs was ruined because it was soft, of course. So I didn't have any chair down there that was big enough for an adult. So I told him right when we first got to the house to bring a folding chair down. So that's the folding chair that he had just brung down. And I was like, that's nothing but God. Because I just told him to bring this chair down here. What are the odds that this chair is down here? He grabs the chair and he hits the dog, hits the dog, hits the dog. The dog finally get off my arm. He keeps hitting the dog, hitting the dog, hitting the dog. The dog's coming towards him. He's hitting it, he's hitting it. The dog runs out the door. I run and I slide and slam the door shut. Lock the door. The dog is still headbutting, trying to get back in to attack us. At this point, I'm like, flip, switch, flip. You are in here. You got to save these children. Grab Bella. All I had was my nephew's denim jacket. Put that on her face. Jayden grabbed my phone, call 911. He's like, 911. He's like, I grabbed the phone, 911. Hold it for me. You hold it on speaker. I'll talk. I had her face. I told the boys, spin. Spin. Lift up your shirt. Lift up your jacket. Spin. I need to make sure you're not bleeding. I'm standing in a pool of blood at this point. We ran upstairs so we can get out of the basement. But I'm standing in a pool of blood at this point. I see my neighbor walking across my yard. I'm like, Jayden, let her in, Miss Eunice. Miss Eunice is, I don't know if she's 80 yet, but I think so. And she's coming. She walks in like, oh my. I'm like, oh please. Save Miss Eunice at this moment because this is a lot to see and I can't have her like passing out. And she's like, Lord save her. My son's screaming out, Lord please don't let my mother die, please don't let my sister die. He's screaming and it's really traumatic. It's a lot and I just will spare the details of the rest. But they all put pressure on. We put pressure on all my wounds. I had pressure on the baby. EMS finally arrives. We have to both get surgery. She gets put to sleep. I stay woke for class. I had a plastic surgeon do my arm. I had stitches. He did my leg too, but he really had to work and cut out meat for my arm. And okay, they did her face, and she was taking a while to wake up. I was just like, open the needles. I had to get rabies shots. If anybody know about rabies shots, it's like the worst pain you'll ever have. It's a needle with a hook, and they go in around the whole incision. So it's like they keep going, keep going. All the way around, all the way around, all the way around. They did my whole arm. They did to my leg, my hip. They didn't do stitches because they wanted to just remain open and heal out that way. Then, this is a Wednesday, I believe. We come home Thursday, next day. Friday, my daughter is not opening her mouth to take her medicine, to eat. She's miserable. But God, that's all I can say. My daughter, don't cry. I'm just picturing that again. But she's been to a baby kiddie prom since then. She's dancing her first dance recital. She has permanent scars on her face. She's so gorgeous. I had to do occupational physical therapy. I couldn't even cook. I couldn't do anything that involved this or lift. We both got infections. She had to go back to the hospital for 3 days. We stayed there. They had to open my arm because I got infected. I had to pack it out every day. My arm still has a little teeny piece that's open. It's like almost there. The owner of the dog never reached out to her. He's ignoring every communication that comes his way. He told me he was going to appeal and fight me to get his dog back, but he finally put the dog down so we wouldn't have to go to the hearing and everything. And it hurts, and it's been a long journey. I lost another daycare child in the process because, of course, while I'm healing, they have to get watched. It's like, I just reopened my daycare this week, Wednesday. Today's Saturday. And one of my children came back. But now I'm in a rebuilding phase. My kids, we lived with my mom up until Wednesday. There was blood everywhere. They had to be cleaned. Blood down in a brand new basement. The carpet, the walls, my new chair, my bookshelves, blood on the ceiling, blood. It was like a murder scene, like a crime scene. And